pass the nights alive. Headlines spinning, let's take a dive. Jim and Dame with the mic so slick. Odd Squad rolling with too legit. Late night whispers turn to screams. What's it all mean? What's it all mean? Drip, drip, here we go fam. Jim, Joan, Dame, they got the plan. Drip, drip, we're the Odd Squad crew. Hit that sub, we're talking to you. Truth in the shadows, news in the glow. West Coast vibes with a steady flow. We don't just tell it, we break it down. Talk the talk while the city drowns. Pour the tea, spill the vibe. What's the story? What's the ride? Late night glow with a twist of flame. Odd Squad fam, you know the name. Drip, drip, here we go fam. Jim, Joan, Dame, they got the plan. Drip, drip, we're the Odd Squad crew. Hit that sub, we're talking to you.
Clouds rolling like wisdom spread, soaking minds where dreams are fed. Every drop a lesson clear. Knowledge reigns, we're all ears. Daily trip we overflow, pouring truths that make us glow. Raindrop rhythm, heavy bass. Feel the beat, it's our embrace. Conversations flowing fast, echoing through storms that last. Droplets whisper paths unknown. Liquid wisdom like a throne. Daily trip we overflow, pouring truths that make us glow. Raindrop rhythm, heavy bass. Feel the beat, it's our embrace. In the storm we find our way, navigating each new day. Every drop a mapping guide through the chaos far and wide. Daily trip we overflow, pouring truths that make us glow. Raindrop rhythm, heavy bass. Feel the beat, it's our embrace.
Raindrops fall on city pavement, washing secrets in the dark. Daily drip, the crowd's amazement. Knowledge streaming comes to spark. Thunder in the nighttime sky.
Get them ready. What up? What up?
Hey y'all, welcome to our daily drip show. I am your host tonight, Jim Jones. Happy that y'all are with me for another great show for our daily drip show. Play Dame is not with me today, so you got me. I do have Cassius Pay rolling with me for a little bit, producing for us, but y'all got me.
I'm in the background.
Oh yeah, in the background.
Mm-hmm.
For this late night drip, sorry for being a little bit tardy, but better late than never, right? So today we're gonna actually not do a talk tacky with me because I've been doing that the past couple weeks, and I think we should talk about some of the other things that are going on in the nation right now. If you have not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you drop us a comment, let us know where you're from. Appreciate you coming here and spending your late Friday night with me and hanging out. Definitely all the comments to the topics are definitely welcome. Would definitely ask y'all to be respectful to one another as you do that, but let's go ahead and get into that. What's in my cup today? I actually don't have anything. Probably should have grabbed something, but I did have a protein shake before I got in here. Drop some drip in the comments. What y'all drinking? What y'all sipping on? Anybody got a new drink or a drink they made? Let me know. I'll try it out on the show. Shout you out. All right. So thanks for coming here, y'all. We are going to start off with inflation, of course. Inflation, right? Now, before I get too deep into this, if you have not came to our show before, our show is typically talking about news, politics, sometimes things going on in the world, which could drop into a little bit of quality, risk, or technology. And that's usually the premise of our show. But since it's just me, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit into the news and politics realm today. And I might give y'all a little talk techie with me tomorrow. We'll see. So, like I said, we're going to get into the news part of it today and talk about inflation. More specifically in inflation, let's talk about these mortgages. Now, if you have not heard, the mortgages are now approved to go to a 50-year mortgage. Now, there are a lot of people who have a 30-year mortgage. I believe the standard is typically like a 10-year mortgage. At most, even like student loans start off at like a 10-year, right? And then as you apply for, to make it a little bit longer out, you can get to that 25, 30 with like income-based repayments and all that stuff. But typically the standard repayment is 10 years. So could you imagine a student loan for 50 years? I don't know. Well, let's go ahead and get into this video as they talk and drop a little bit of knowledge on what does that 50-year really look like, y'all. Let's talk about it.
Mortgage would be cheaper monthly. In the short term, yes, but long term, if you don't refinance to better terms, you're going to get fucked by the interest. So if you get out a $400,000 loan for 30 years at 6%, your monthly payment's about $2,400 a month. If you do 50 years, it's going to be $2,100 a month. So on paper and technically it's $300 cheaper, but the long run, the interest is piling up. So on the 30-year, if you never refinanced, it would cost you about $463,000 in interest. And a 50-year, if you did the whole 50 without a refinance, would cost about $850.
All right, so let's pause this real quick right here. That's crazy. $400,000 house is not unreasonable, right? In a lot of the United States. Drop some drip in the comments. Let me know, do y'all's house cost more than 400K? Now, if it does, or you're looking at a house that costs more than 400,000, I want you to remember that price is going to go higher. If it's less than 400,000, you're looking at a little bit lower, but just look at totality. And that's what he's going to get into now. So let's go ahead and continue.
$50,000. So yes, you're saving kind of upfront for a handful of years to $300, but on the back end, it's going to cost you hundreds of thousands more. So if they do introduce the 50-year mortgage, it might just be a rare product that some rare cases, it could be used as a benefit. But as a blanket go-to for all Americans, I think the 15 to 30 choice is where it needs to stay. But at least people are throwing ideas out there. It's been a while since we've heard like an idea. Not that big of a fan, but I hope they continue to produce ideas so we can help first-time home buyers. Isn't it true that a 50-year mortgage would be...
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second real quick. Is it really helping? Like what he just described, and I'm about to crack open this, I got a cold brew delivered to me. Thank you, shout out to my delivery person. Cold brew, or not a cold brew, sorry y'all. But 50-year mortgages, okay. So
now you got cold brew on the brand.
I know, right? I know I'm talking about a cold brew. So 50-year mortgages. Okay. So let's just talk about that for a second. Yes, your payment may be less upfront, but you're going to pay for a longer time. Like even if, let's say your interest rate was like 1%, something insanely low, right? 1% over 50 years is still crazy different than 30 years. What do y'all think? Drop some drip in the comment. Do y'all think that that's a good idea to have something 50 years? What if it went up to like 100 years? You know, just, do y'all think this is a good idea? Or
something egregious? I mean,
do you think it's going to have negative impacts?
It's trying to force affordability, but an extra 20 years for less $200 in a payment is not good enough. It's just not good enough. So if you go from a $1,800 loan to a $1,600 loan per month, you might as well DoorDash and get that extra cash, because you're gonna spend an extra 20 years trying to pay off something that.
So let's use that.
It's
number
just not worth it.
You said it was extra. Let's say extra $200 a month, right? Like saving. Or
$200. Yeah, saving $200 a month.
So that's $120,000 over 50 years. So that's, I mean, if you look at how much more money, and we can go to the next thing, how much additional money you actually are paying overall, like you're like, man, I didn't have to pay $100,000. No. Because you're gonna end up paying double. You're gonna end up paying double by drawing it out 50 years. And this is the last thing I'm gonna say on that. The ability to actually hit the principal plus, like, so actually knock down the actual balance as well as hit that interest, like you're probably not really gonna be able to make a dent in that until you're about what, almost 30 years? When you actually start like lopping that off and hitting what you actually took out. I think it's insane. I think it's a bad idea. I also think ninja loans are a bad idea, and we're going to talk about that next. Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all want to get a 50-year mortgage?
Well, the only thing that would make sense before you hit that button is the fact that inflation is egregious. So my $1,800 ain't going to, it's not going to kill me in 25 years from now. I might be able to triple up my payments because everybody else's mortgage is $8,000 a month for the same $1,600 a month payment. That's if I choose to stay in that house, right?
Yeah, I mean, like my next question then from this, just listen to this Ninja Loans video.
Listen to this ninja.
Huh?
Listen to that ninja. All right.
We'll get into that. I'll segue into what my concerns are.
About one of the most egregious financial products that has ever existed. Ninja loans, it stands for something. Ninja. No income, no job. Are you kidding me? Do you hear what I'm saying? No income, no job. They didn't have to verify income or their job. Can I tell you about one of the most egregious financial products?
No income, no job. So let's just humor for a second. You're gonna say, Jim Jones, why are we bringing this up? Inflation is high. People want to have a home. Look, I get it. Everybody want to own a home. I get it. I feel you. I feel you. However, are you owning or are you a slave at that point? 50, imagine you double up. You do 50-year mortgage on a ninja loan. So it's just asking for a foreclosure at that point to me. We got a comment here. Let's see who is commenting. Okay, Joe. What's up, Joe? Joe got a comment for us. Said, this is the worst idea ever. Yeah, 2008 minus the variable rates. Ninja loans for 50 years is trash. Yeah. So my thing is this, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but ninja loans still weren't going out like super crazy amounts of years. So yeah, when you pair that together, to me, it's not only just like treacherous, as you said, Joe, but it's almost, I don't want to say predatory, but kind of predatory, because people want to own. People, it's such a high cost of living. Yeah, like
it is predatory.
And then like, oh, that's 200, like you just said. Oh, that's 200 less. I can do that. You can do that today. Can you do that for 50 years?
Okay, so
Like,
I mean, you can
30 today,
add
so
that
you gonna
50
take
years,
till you 80?
but then what's the average lifespan in the?
That's what I was saying.
United
Like, you,
States right now?
let's say you do this. You like, you know, you're a millennial. You like, you know what? I'm 30. I'm gonna get this 50 years, bro. You about to pay this till you 80? You're gonna pay this beyond retirement. So the only way that this works out of someone who has actual money the entire time means that at 20, you would get a 50-year mortgage, and then maybe, just maybe, you can retire and own your home.
I mean, the average person probably stays in their home, between like 10 and 12 years before they think they're going to upgrade and whatnot.
50 is crazy.
Yeah, but
And then what's
the
the
amount,
refinance looking like on that?
100 years. But the thing is, but the amount of, you won't have any equity built into the home. You're just going to hope that you can sell it for more money than what your loan is worth. But everything's front loaded as far as the interest. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
know.
Like, if you think about on the 50-year, and inflation's already high, and we've been talking about how much things just cost in general. People are going to do what they need to do to save that $200, $300. Save. I need y'all to think about that. Saving on 50 years is crazy.
Yeah, it says the average life expectancy for the United States is 78.4 years, with most Americans living into their 70s or early 80s. Compared to a 50-year mortgage, this means that many borrowers would be carrying the home debt well into retirement, and in some cases until the end of life. No shit.
Right. Basically, like Joe just said, basically a coffin. Like, yeah, you know what? Just go ahead and just put the plot on the house. Like, you know what? We gonna have, my yard got enough space. We all just go be buried.
Pet cemetery.
Yeah, like, what is going on here? Wild. Absolutely wild. So last thing on inflation, I want to show something a little bit lighter on it, but not necessarily, because it's still talking about inflation. I know y'all love Taco Bell. But another thing to call out is, I think we said something about this before, fast food is taking a mega hit. They're even, like, I had read an article where, I think it was McDonald's, where they said their base of buyers and customers have changed from like lower income, like lower, maybe middle income, to like middle to upper, more like they're seeing more luxury cars pulling into the drive-thru. And I think this can probably tell you why.
Do you know what pisses me off? Back in 2005,
custom.
this $20 bill could buy you 11 Crunchwrap Supremes from Taco Bell. Do you know how many you could buy now in 2025 with this $20 bill? Let me show you. Only two. Only
$10
two.
a Crunchwrap. It's great.
This entire stack right here cost me $84 with tax. Can someone please tell me how this is possible? Do you know what pisses?
Homie paid $80 worth of Crunchwrap soup.
To prove a point, though. Like, he better be writing that off as a business.
Bro,
expense, damn it.
That's
Like,
insane. That's absolutely
ridiculous.
insane. What's even more insane is, do you, like, anybody who was going to clubs?
And he about to have the runs.
Because you know he ate them for $80. But anybody
Nah,
who
he gave
was,
them away to some teenagers, a couple homeless cats.
but
And the dog spit it back up. The dog ain't want because
Anybody
that's wood pulp in there. That ain't even meat. Soylent Green. It's people.
anybody who was in high school, college, adult in the, I would say, like 90s, 2000s would say that used to be like, I don't want to say the dirt, but kind of like the dirt of food. It was open late. You would go get you a quick little burrito, quick little taco. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, they used to cost like 80 cents, like a taco or something.
I'm
like
older
that.
than you. It was like
Maybe it's less than that.
like 50, 59
It might have
cents
been
or
like
something.
50 cents. It was like super cheap. I remember eventually got to a point where it was like $1 and people were like upset. Same thing with gas. Believe it or not, in my lifetime, I seen gas under $1 a gallon. That's crazy. I think my parents told me they saw gas used to be like under like 50 cents a gallon or something like that. But the level of things costing and what people will do to cut those like ways to make it feel lower, and like we also need to keep it real. We're doing these, like, I'll do a 50-year mortgage because you want to feel like you're not as affluent as you either used to be or what you think it is, but you're not. We feel, because he just showed you Crunchwrap Supremes are running $10 a wrap. That's crazy. Drop some drip in the comments. Oh, Arby's 5 for $5. Yeah. Taco Bell 10. Yeah, it was a $10 taco box. Yep. That's exactly what it was. It was a $10 taco. It used to be like
You
a
got
dollar.
that? I don't even know what a bucket of chicken costs now these days. Like,
Oh,
I have to look that up. Like, you know, that stuff like that used to be a staple in the household, like on Fridays and everything.
I remember when
ridiculous.
I was a kid, we used to drive about like an hour to go get, anybody who knows, some Church's chicken. We used to go up there and go get. Now the amount it would cost to take your car to go get it wouldn't even be worth it. I remember when we went to Disney World, one of the things we would do was stop and get some Popeye's chicken, because they used to have the spicy chicken down there, boy. Man, taking me
Hot
back.
damn.
Man, $44 for a bucket of chicken? Bro,
You better go get your own chicken.
you better go get the chicken and yourself. Just like $44? Woo! That's insane. Well, there is a politician who is like, you know what? Things cost too much, and I have a solution for who's gonna pay for that. And his name is Zoran Mamdani. He said, what we're gonna do in New York is we're gonna take the richest people. They're gonna pay for all this shit. They're gonna pay for all of it.
No,
And everybody's like,
that's how that
what?
works.
And people are like, you know, they gonna leave. He like, are they though? So let's hear from him. Let's hear from the man himself. Drop the drip in the comments. Y'all live in New York? Y'all vote for him? Y'all don't live in New York? Do y'all would or would not vote for him? Drop some drip in the comments. Let me know.
City tax, though, and I know that takes effect with people right now, that top rate of people of 50,000 or more. So if you're going to be adding 2% to people at $1 million, that I just did the math, right? Well, that's going to be an increase of 51% of what they pay now. I'm not saying cry for them. I'm saying if they leave, you're not going to get that money. And when you increase someone's taxes by 51%, aren't a lot of people going to leave?
We're saying we're increasing it by 2% of what it is right now. And ultimately, I'm guided by the facts. The Fiscal Policy Institute did an analysis of the top 1% of New Yorkers and found that they leave the city at 1/4 the rate of other income categories. And when they do leave, they leave to what are called high tax states, New Jersey, California. So what it then comes down to is, why are they leaving? Is it?
Okay. So his theory is that they're not going to leave, and that 2% ain't that much. Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all following him? Y'all not following him? Gonna keep going.
Fiscal policy, or is it actually quality of life? And I've heard that time and again from wealthier New Yorkers, from all New Yorkers.
So it's talk. They're going to go to Florida, and all you think is talk.
In 2021, when I came to the state assembly, we had the same fight to fund public schools, to raise taxes on billionaires and corporations. We were told millionaires would flee.
Yep.
And we now have more millionaires.
Okay, so hold on. He said, I'm calling y'all bluff. Y'all not going nowhere. Y'all gonna stay right here because y'all love New York. You love New York. You love the access. You love the culture. You love being here. You not gonna go nowhere. You gonna take that 2% and you gonna pay it. Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all think they gonna pay it?
So the New York Times is saying that Mayor Adams is trying to gather business leaders to support him, to say this is going to be bad. And Bill Ackman, billionaire hedge fund manager, of course you know of him, New Yorker, he said he agrees with you that the city's broken. Okay, but he has a real problem with your economic policies. He said the ability for New York City to offer services for the poor and needy, let alone the average New Yorker, is entirely dependent on New York City being a business-friendly environment and a place where wealthy residents are willing to spend 183 days, the amount you need to be taxed, and assume the associated tax burden. Unfortunately,
hold on. Did you see that T real quick? So apparently he said you have to spend 183 days. What I want my night drippers, we need to circle back to this, because I'm wondering if they're going to do 170 days or whatever it is so they don't have to pay the taxes there. Let's keep this in.
Oh, you move your ass right to Florida or whatever.
Oh, yeah, you know Miami about to be popping. You know Miami about to be popping. And they going to do their 190
It already is.
There's
so many
there.
people that are from other northern states in that regard that spend half their time, you know, in one space and half the time in another space, or RV in it when you
and assume
work remote. Go ahead.
Yeah, we'll see. Nah, it was just spinning. We'll see. We gonna keep this in our back of our minds. We gonna come back to this in 2026. But once them taxes hit, we'll come back to this. See what New York hitting for.
The associated tax burden. Unfortunately, both have already started making arrangements for the exits. So you just think that isn't going to add up. And by the way, that corporate tax rate that you're talking about, that's a big increase.
That's matching 7.25% going to 11.5%. And the point of it is that if it works for our regional neighbor, why can't it work for us? And with Bill Ackman, this is someone who put $500,000 into Andrew Cuomo's super PAC, someone to whom clearly money is not an issue. And ultimately, even for him, life would get better.
You see the shade he just threw on that? Because wasn't he running against Cuomo?
Yeah.
You see that shade? That's funny. That's very. He's like, hey, he complaining, but he got 500,000. Just give him over there to try to beat me. Don't get caught up. He's interesting.
I mean, I'd rather be that than, you know, an extra sales tax on everybody, because then that's hitting consumers. So.
I mean, really, New York should probably consider the sales tax, but hey.
Because what I'm looking to use this money for is to make the quality of life across the city better.
Okay, he's not alone. There are a lot like him, whether it's Ken Griffin or CEOs of big banks. Would you meet with them?
I'll meet with anyone. I will meet with them and I'll explain why I believe in the necessity of raising the top corporate tax rate. And I'd also tell Bill Ackman that I firmly disagree with his attempt to dismantle diversity, equity, and inclusion across the country, because it's not only against the morals of so many, it's also against the actual bottom line for so many businesses. And as a businessman, he should understand that.
the shade. Y'all, he said, as a businessman, he should understand that. So, what y'all think? Y'all vote for Mamdani? Y'all rocking with him? You think that he's starting a new blue wave situation, or do you think that due to how he's moving, what he's proposing, I think one of the things he proposed was defunding the police, or do you think that's going to make it go the other way, where people are going to be like, oh no, anybody associated with him, I want to do it. I'm gonna get into my next video talking about him for a second. Joe dropped a comment. He said, "It's a Connecticut for the rich, easy commute to New York City." Oh,
yeah.
well,
I mean, but
that maybe Connecticut might be.
Connecticut has
schools.
a tax rate of 7.5%, so it's already low. People can take that train in, but the thing is that when you do business in New York. So by it being the highest. And it would effectively be one of the highest states in the region. It makes sense. You got to pay to play at that point. In New York, or not New York, New Jersey, which has the top rate, is going to be 11.5%. It's the highest in the U.S. in New Jersey. So, and that includes a surtax. Pennsylvania is 7.99. Massachusetts is 8, which I thought was high. Maryland is 8.25.
I'm not surprised, yeah. Maryland, but to be fair, when we did the schools analysis, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maryland, they have top tier schools, top tier education. Are those states? So I'm not surprised, because they're actually taking their money and putting their money where their mouth is when you compare it to other states.
But listen to this. So, I went from top to bottom. New York is currently between 6.5 and 7.25. So that just put it right up under New Jersey for the proposed 11. But Virginia is 6%. But wait, there's more. If you go in that region over there, North Carolina is 2.25%, and they're phasing out the corporate tax. So you let me know where a lot of businesses actually have been kind of pushing towards what Raleigh and over
Memphis.
there in
Memphis too, over
no,
in Tennessee.
I'm saying North Carolina.
Yeah, but I'm saying they also, if you look up Tennessee, Tennessee's gonna be another one too. Like, I believe it's like FedEx, I think, is like in Memphis. You got Memphis, you got Nashville is also a place where there's a lot of companies that work. So Tennessee is another. Tennessee, North Carolina, Georgia's always been a spot for some level of business going on.
And then you have other states like Ohio, for example, is like what, 4%, 4
Michigan
or 5%,
probably is up there too.
And then you got Florida, which is also going to be 0%. So, that's what it is.
Well, let's go ahead and get into one of these people who got a couple dollars that Mamdani was talking about.
Mamdani. I'm looking forward to interviewing him. He's promised to be on this show. But I'm very, very concerned about some of the things that he said. I'm very concerned about what he once said about defunding the police. I'm calling 911. I'm being real with you. I'm calling 911. That's what I'm doing. I don't want to see less police officers. I want to see more police officers. I heard him talk about mental health experts in the subway system. I don't care about that. I want cops in the subways in New York City, where I was born and raised. Born in the Bronx, raised in Queens. That's what I want. I want to hear about no damn mental health experts in subways. Nah, I'm not trying to hear that, okay? 2% tax on the rich. Okay, fine. 11.5% capital gains tax.
He said 11.5% capital gains tax. Y'all hear
You
that?
said capital gains.
Woo.
Them stocks. Well, you in the heart of the land where there's stocks at. Those bonuses won't be looking too right. Yeah.
The defund the police in New York City is kind of wild. If you live in New York, drop some drip in the comments. Let me know. Maybe, once again, I've only been in New York City once. Personally, I never have to go again. I respect the culture, but it's just not for me. It's a lot going on. For me, I'm with Stephen A. I'm whoop, 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 whoop. Hey, they fighting. Come get them over on 6th and Broadway. Pick them up. Come get them. Bring your boys. Like, I'm on that type of time. It's just too many people. So I don't know about none of that. And then capital gains tax. Ooh, baby, let's keep going.
Right. That's high stakes. That is close to socialism right there.
Ooh, baby. Yeah. You might as well go ahead and head to Miami.
Or get some free hopefully that comes with free hospitals and universities, I guess.
Yeah, I think he's looking to do like repurpose the money, of course.
Yeah.
Free buses.
Free buses, there you go.
Free grocery stores in each borough. Really?
That's a lot.
Really think that's gonna work?
Free grocery store is crazy.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're at a crossroads in this nation. And there's no way to slice it. And the level of vitriol that you see amongst the American citizen is because, God forbid, that you have a difference of opinion. It's not enough to agree. People have to be disagreeable. And you have to be selfish if you're a person that's rich, that's making money, and you don't want to pay your fair share of taxes. Well, when you think about the billionaires in the state, in the city of New York, they make up about 48% in terms of the amount of taxes that they dole out compared to the average American, compared to the rest of New Yorkers.
He said 48%.
And if you're talking about raising their taxes while doing these other things, you're making New York unattractive, not just for residents, but for businesses. And if you make it unattractive for businesses and you compromise the ability to be the capitalist that these people are, then they take their businesses elsewhere.
Let's strip on that for a second real quick. He makes a good point. And I'm gonna stop him there. He makes a good point. A big selling point of being American is the ability to be something that you started from and not be something today. So if you are, quote, penalizing, right?
You say that hairline going back like that tax, he wanted to roll back like them taxes.
Stop.
Joe,
see, you coming in here. Oh my goodness. And I know it's gotta be the same Joe. Joe coming in here with the hotness. Stephen ain't do nothing to nobody. You gonna leave Stephen A. Smith alone. He ain't do nothing to nobody. Stephen A., you ain't do nothing to nobody. But
you wearing that visor though, like trying to play pickleball out there and still hitting that dome. That sun is. This is your hairline. This is your hairline.
So going back to what he's saying, he's not wrong, right? So like if you start off in a family where, let's say, you are in lower to middle class, you don't have to stay in that realm of income. You can invest in something, make a business and so forth, which is the American dream, right? Like you do something that makes money or an opportunity that then allows you to propel to do something else. If you start penalizing once you propel to do something else, it could demotivate people to not want to do that. So I get what he's saying on that front with that. I think that all these people got a couple dollars. We finna find out. I personally, if I had to call it, I bet you they gonna do 200 days in Miami, 165 in New York. They gonna spend the summer, June, July, August, part of September in New York.
Yeah, got that 90 days cut off.
Yeah, and then they gonna go back to Miami, or like May through, October, something like that, where they taking the greatest weather months. That's when they hanging out in New York. Then as soon as it got a little chilly, they gone. They blanket, they gone.
All right, so here I'll get into it a little bit. So
they out.
A lot of supporters claim that it probably raised between 5 and 7 billion annually, which is significant. That makes sense, but it's intended to cover expanding public services, like we talked about before, with the education, housing, and it says pandemic recovery funds. Whatever. 5 years later, in this position to shore up New York's budget without raising individual income taxes for most residents. So I get it. But on the social policy side and the equity side, it advocates that rate targets that the rate only targets around 1,000 of the most profitable businesses, whereas seeking a greater contribution from them anyway. But we'll see how that goes. There's always tax loopholes that come through that benefit from New York's economy. So paired with personal income tax increases on top earners, the policy claims for shared sacrifice and more progressive tax structure, redistributing income to address inequity or inequality.
Well,
I don't know.
Well, along with this going on, we're gonna hit our last political part of this. And I just find it ironic. Everybody, mostly the Democratic Party, has been really honing in on these Epstein files. I find it kind of interesting that once the Blue Wave situation that happened, Blue Wave meaning that there was a lot of Democratic leaders who took over to one, recently at the same time. All of a sudden, now we got these files that came through. Everybody been begging for these files, begging for these emails, and magically they come into fruition, y'all. So let's talk about them briefly. We ain't gonna spend too much time on this. Not spending too much time on this, y'all.
Moment in the Jeffrey Epstein saga, because we're getting to see emails written by him that have never been seen before publicly. House Republicans released a trove of more than 20,000 pages of records relating to Jeffrey Epstein after House Democrats highlighted 3 emails where Jeffrey Epstein was discussing Donald Trump. We're going to focus on those 3. In April 2011, Jeffrey Epstein sent an email to Ghislaine Maxwell.
So before we get too deep into this, I find it interesting that they call these the Epstein files, right? But right now it's like the Epstein emails. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not. I was expecting it to be like a scrapbook of pictures, almost like the level of like Diddy level type of stuff. So far, it's a bunch of very much businessy emails talking about people, talking about things that happen, but not pictures and video like Diddy's trial. So I'm super surprised. Drop some drip in the comments if this is what y'all expected from the quote files.
Well, his longtime associate. Epstein writes, "I want you to realize that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Victim spent hours at my house with him. While the name of the victim was redacted, House Republicans have identified her as Virginia Roberts Giuffre. She was one of the more prominent victims of Jeffrey Epstein. She had been asked in a civil case later if Donald Trump had witnessed the abuses of minors by Epstein and had said that she did not observe that. In December of 2015, Michael Wolff, the journalist, was emailing with Jeffrey Epstein.
Now, that lady, Goffrey, I think that's how they pronounce her last name. She has a book that she had already wrote. She passed away earlier this year. So that lady is no longer alive in present time. However, if y'all want to look a little deeper, I'm not going to talk too much on this, but y'all want to look a little bit deeper. She is the one who alleges that Prince Andrew was one of the people who she actually interacted with while very young, maybe like 17 or 18.
Get it right. It's just Andrew now. He has lost his knightship.
Queen Elizabeth's second son. How about that? Yeah. The other one. Not the one that married the side chick. The other one. And I ain't no alleged on that. There's a whole Netflix series on that if you want to check that part out. But the one that is not with the side chick. So part of that is there's a lot going on in UK. Drop some drip in the comments. If you're from the UK, let us know. How is this affecting y'all across the pond? What's that sounding like? Let us know. I'm curious.
Wolf had a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein that went on for years. He seems to have gotten word that CNN was planning to ask Donald Trump during a Republican presidential debate about his connection to Jeffrey Epstein. Epstein, replies by saying, "What would we say if we could craft a response for him?" Which begins, a fuller, longer response from Michael Wolff, suggesting that there could be opportunity in this for Jeffrey Epstein either way. Wolff wrote back, "You can hang him in a way that potentially generates a positive benefit for you, or if it really looks like he could win, you could save him, generating a debt." The question didn't come up according to the transcript of that debate.
That's interesting. I'm gonna leave this where it's at. I'll drop the link in the description so y'all can have it. This is from the New York Times. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if we get some type of legal documentation from Trump telling New York Times they better cut that. They better quit it. But it's interesting that the word use in there, once again, I'm gonna point back to the Diddy files. If y'all ain't seen my Diddy video, go check that out. But this debt kind of talk, right? We've seen it in the music scene, right, with Diddy, and now we're seeing it in like any level of entertainment media business. And it's starting, to me, the trend I'm seeing is that it's starting to expand. I would be curious to know, though, as time goes on, how are they going to use technology to kind of like filter through these things and make these inferences? I think that in the next couple of years, we're going to start seeing actual technology go through and I don't want to say dictate these things, but start making different sense of these things. And I think it's interesting. Drop some drip in the comments. What y'all think? Were y'all looking forward to these Epstein files, or do y'all just think this is a distraction? Let's see if we got anybody in there. Okay, no comments. All right, so taking a slight pivot away from that, people are saying, well, Epstein's files are a distraction. There are other things going on. And we did talk about inflation before. Yes, in fact, inflation, the way... Yeah, that is wild. I'm not gonna post, but yeah, drop some drip in the comments, y'all. But
yeah, or y'all can go down in the comments and y'all can read that one. But yeah,
I ain't put that
it is.
I mean, should I address it?
Hard. Yeah, you can address it because it's
so. Okay, so the
you
lady
can't have people just doing the Russian dive off of out of window type deal.
So the lady,
it's gonna be what it is. But go ahead.
What is if he's not Prince Andrew? What is he now?
It's just Andrew.
Queen Elizabeth's other son. So that came into fruition. She wrote a book. Y'all go check it out if y'all want to. But the lady who wrote the book, that is the redacted name, allegedly in the email, which I don't even think is alleged because Caroline Levitt had already said that's the name, which is wild. She passed away via taking herself out of the world, according to cause of taking herself, or cause of unaliving. You got to be careful here. We can't say certain words, which is interesting timing. And there's a lot of other moving pieces and parts from what I understand going on in her life. So I cannot say that it's impossible. UK people, please drop some drip in the comments. Let us know what y'all know, because it's going to be different than what we getting over here. But allegedly, look in the comments of how that happened. And y'all let us know. Y'all think that that's how that happened? Y'all think that there's room for maybe it's getting hot? Because, Epstein had a magical video that just disappeared, and all of a sudden, he gone. people just gone. And there are other victims that are coming forth. I can give a little bit of insight into this video. I did briefly watch this video of this lady who was a model. She was like 20 when she got into meeting Epstein and Maxwell. And she was a supermodel, right? And it started off with her being told that he likes massages. So literally he's like getting a massage. And then allegedly the massage turns into her and the other girl doing stuff and being abused. And she very clearly said the abuse, and I say abuse because it's alleged. No one got charges on this that I'm aware of for this particular thing. I'm not sure if that's the case. I don't think so for her. Is usage not of penetration, but with objects to do these things. And so there's this level of like control kind of thing going on with that is interesting. And if for 1 minute, for me, if you're gonna take this control variable, right, that doesn't just like go away. So I don't know how I interpret how Giuffre unalived herself, but it sounds like she was involved with a lot of very prominent people who gonna take that control one way or the other. You will comply type of time. I feel like that's as far as I could take without, you know, someone like cutting me off all of a sudden, and then the live stream just goes away.
So let's go back to timing and circumstances. So the passing of Virginia, for example, her passing occurred during the peak of the new legislative activity for media releases concerning the Epstein files, right? So it intensified during this time with the scrutiny of the artist formerly known as the Prince of York, Andrew.
Queen Elizabeth, other son. The other son.
Significant global attention to this, and we'll say
that lady tried to live as long as she possibly could. Really, she was like 100 almost. She's Louise.
Yeah, she held on.
She held on, maybe like a praying mantis to a car. Holding on.
But the coincidence and timing, right? Just as the House forced votes to release the Epstein files, and Prince Andrew lost his remaining titles, like it echoed a sense of scrutiny and tabloid speculation surrounding Princess Diana's death, invoking public concerns about systematic pressures on women involved with high-profile scandals, we'll say. So the family statements and reports confirm, the self-inflicted activities following physical health struggles, emotional pain from persistent abuse, and renewed global attention on her story. Still, I'm putting on the tinfoil kufi on this one.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but we gonna keep this close and near and dear, right? Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of keeping on the topic of public thought process, along with some level of policy, and I guess a little level of sadness to it too. Well, it depends on who you ask. This whole episode is tying into a level of inflation, scandal, change. When we start talking about change, allegedly. Thanks, Joe. Allegedly, always allegedly.
I'm allegedly skeptical. Yes. Thank you.
So let's talk about change, right? Mamdani was talking about changing in funding people that need help more. Change in the sense that everybody been asked for these Epstein files and we getting them, right? We talked about inflation earlier, which I didn't even talk about the tariff situation that changed a little bit. But because inflation is high, we have a shift in some of the gender roles. Y'all been hearing about that? Well, there has been an uprise in stay-at-home dads. You guessed it. You guessed it. Stay-at-home dads. Drop some drip in the comments. Y'all was raised by a stay-at-home dad? Do y'all feel like y'all know? Do y'all feel like y'all know more dads who are stay-at-home dads? Or
Hell no.
do you know more men who are working from home so they can actually be home more with their kids though?
Hell no.
I mean, I know some of them.
No,
I think there's
joking.
more of
I'm joking.
an opportunity for them to do so. So let's show this clip first. I want to drop some drip in the comments. I really, really, really want to know what y'all think about this clip, because a lot of times we talk about traditional values on this show. Let me know what y'all think about this.
Happy in a marriage, assuming a traditionally female role, let's say a stay-at-home husband.
A man will most likely not be happy unless he is fulfilling his basic duty as a man, the duty that almost all human civilizations have recognized, which is that you need to provide for your family. If he's the stay-at-home husband, the wife is out being the breadwinner, it might be fine for a time, but the man's going to start to feel useless. He's going to start to feel emasculated, and the woman is going to struggle to respect her husband because she's going to start to see him that way too. Now your marriage is on life support. So that's a very, very dangerous place to be. I'm sure there are people out there that have done that and will attest that they are happy. But I do think that they're going to be an exception to the rule.
Do you feel like
Drop some drip in the comments. Let me know. Y'all know any stay-at-home dads? Do y'all feel like it's emasculating to men by them being at home? I got a story for you. Oh, go ahead.
Stay-at-home Xbox player, you know,
That's
in
a
training
stay-at-home-
or whatever.
That's a
That's different.
stay-at-home husband, that or a boyfriend. That's not stay-at-home dad. The stay-at-home dad, you got kids at the house.
Oh yeah. No,
You take care
you
of.
put your foot on a little rocker and you rock that while you got the controller in your hand. You doing a double flip dip. You know, that's kind of like if you had the controllers with the pedals, right? And so you got the pedals going, but you gotta every now and again you gotta ease off the pedal and put your foot on the baby's car seat and let it rock a little bit back and forth, because the baby crying, he gonna mess up. Everybody gonna know on the game, because you playing Forza 8, that you need to make sure that your points is up.
No. Okay. No. So no.
Clearly, I don't play video games. I'm done.
So I got a story. So I know of a couple where the wife, they have a couple kids. The wife was the breadwinner, went part-time. Okay, so she could be more able with the kids. Husband at a full-time wage. Okay, so now he's always been working full-time, right? She was up here. She went part-time. Boom. So they're making the same amount of money, but she's working half the amount of time. Okay. I don't know about y'all, but that's at least gonna hit my ego somewhat. I mean, like, you doing half the work and we still making the same amount of money. Then the wife gets laid off. So she's 100% home with the kids. They take the kids all the way out of school, so that way they save money there. So she's home with her kids, right? He's still making this. Husband does some things that end up making him lose his job. Now, we're in a bit of a situation because now neither one of y'all, right, is rough. In theory, if they both were to try to get a job, right, she ain't gonna start here. Her opportunities actually up here because her skill set would, based on previous data, right, previous information, is that if she were to enter the workforce full time, she would make the same amount of money that they had when they were both working together. And financially, if he just stayed home, right, then they could have the same quality of life and keep their kids at home. This is where I see the stay-at-home dad situation kind of emerging, because it doesn't really make sense for him to then just go to work, kind of technically to go to work, because it's going to cost so much money to basically his wage is almost going to go to just putting the kids in care, depending on how old they are. Some of the kids are school age, some of the kids are not school age. So it will cost be a cost for that family in this scenario. If I'm a stay-at-home dad, that mommy group is in trouble.
100. Damn right.
Well, at this point, like based on the scenario that I just gave, it should be a dad's group. Okay. Well, I'm gonna show y'all another video. Before I get into that, y'all, what do y'all think a stay-at-home dad life is like? Y'all think is well, you kind of described it, Cassius Pay, what you think it is.
What as far as
You said putting your foot on the
just
rocking the baby.
foot on
You know
the
what I'm saying?
well,
Just
shoot,
say,
you
but this
getting
is
the point
stay-at-home
that
dad
Xbox
right here.
subscription's gonna cost you gotta start breaking it down. You're gonna be playing Sudoku or something.
So this
Trying
is
to-
the stay-at-home
figure it out.
dad with kids 5 and under. He says 5, but I didn't see 5 kids. I don't know if the baby was asleep or whatever, but anyways. Let me turn the music off on that. You know how they do. See that? Boom. Homie was up at 4:30. Hands her a coffee at 5. Y'all doing that? Y'all some drip in the comments. You getting your lady a coffee at 5 a.m. every day.
That keep her from paying for some coffee. Cause we gonna need every dollar scraped and scrounged around here.
So
don't get them mocha coca paca chocolates. No, I'm cool.
So she
Here, I
getting
can
up.
make that at the house.
He getting up at 4:30, right? She getting up at 5. He hands her coffee at 5. She leave at 7. So she takes 2 hours to get out the house. Which, okay. Drop some drip in the comments. Let me know, ladies. It take y'all 2 hours to get out the house if your man was at home with the kids and all that. But okay, I'm gonna keep playing. So 7:30, homie is in there bathing one kid, getting the baby up, getting breakfast ready by 8:30. Hey, he got a late day. He in there cooking. Cook it up. Nigga, a nice breakfast right there. Drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all think that this is feminine, or do you think that this is what providing for your family looks like? If it was similar to the scenario that I provided, you know, before. I think he must have met a family of 5. That's funny. The baby was passed out at 10:15. You doing laundry? I wish I could see y'all's faces.
That house tore up if he gotta do that every day though.
Every day. 12 o'clock. Lunchtime.
How many bottles he using?
Not you judging this man trying to make it. It's crazy. So mama went to work. She left at 7 a.m. She get back at 2:30.
2:30. She leaving out at 3:30 because she gotta go kick it at Lifetime Fitness for 2 hours. So.
And then he gets a kiss at 2:30 from his wife. She gives the kisses afterwards.
To the kids.
Afterwards. So it said from 4:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. So she's gone from like 7 to 2. So maybe she like a teacher or something.
Ooh-wee.
Oh yeah, it's a 7-hour day. Damn, what you do, girl? You leaving the house? I mean, you working a 6-hour day. Drop some drip in the comments. Do y'all think this is a new trend? Do you feel like you could be a stay-at-home dad, stay-at-home husband, and have the level of respect that what was that? What's his name? And that other clip was talking about?
If you day trading, maybe. Like, you know.
Oh, so you saying you still gotta bring some income in?
Yeah, I would. For me, I would. You know, that's in my name. My name is my name. And if I can't have some sort of financial say in this matter, I don't know how I feel about it. Could I do it for probably? My max would probably be 90 days on that. What? How many kids? Was 3 kids in the house?
Yeah, I think it was 3.
Yeah, I could max it out at 90 days because I think I could apply some structure to a house.
But you can't just do it.
Aaron pulled this one up. He said, "Yeah, because you're gonna be bickering and stuff. You didn't even look at when I cooked the food or anything. You don't even care. Right. Yeah.
Do y'all think that it's a rise? Well, not even y'all think. I'll put that link. There's a.
It's gonna be a forced rise in it anyway, because shoot, in some cases, you might have both of y'all looking at each other, because y'all both got to sit out the game for a minute. The economy isn't the best.
Yeah,
depending on your skill sets.
Yeah, there was an article saying there's more dads accepting remote jobs, and then also just more women are able to go in the workforce. Like the scenario I gave where the wife was already making, double what the husband was. Even when she dropped part-time, she was making what he's making. Then when she came out the workforce, right? And then he came out the workforce, in theory, the one who should go back into the workforce should be her, because she technically can make both of their salary by going to work.
It depends on her skill set, right?
I'm just saying
if he was doing something like plumbing, electrical, something like that, where he was just in the wrong spot and he wasn't opening up himself to business or business opportunities, then he should go back in, because he's more apt to use his skills. It just depends on what their skills are.
Yeah, I'm just saying based
skills
on the previous
pay
data
up front, but AI is taking that. AI won't take the poop away.
So my last question before we get up out of here, because I promised I was going to bring this up. Do y'all think that this shift in gender roles are changing man philosophy? I want y'all to watch this clip. My guys, now ladies, y'all, we going to sit this one out. My guys, I want y'all to drop some drip in the comments. I want y'all to tell me, what do y'all think about this clip if you have not seen this yet? Have you experienced anything similar to this?
No, and I can't be in my. I'm serious. I'm just always the fucking nice guy. But fuck me up. I'm too fucking nice. They be fucking me up. I'm too fucking nice. I'm too fucking nice. You're fucking weird, yo. No, and I can't.
I don't know. That inflection on the end of the nice is crazy. I can't get with
I'll
that.
give y'all a little more context to it. So what he was referencing is that he wasn't getting no coochie. So she
so that's the reason why he's not getting it.
No, yeah,
I think the way he's
I'm saying that was his reaction. Though that was his reaction. So she was saying she was going to wait till they got married because of what happened. And he was like, "But you let all other dudes." But he was like, "Well, that's how you let everybody else hit, but you're not gonna let me hit." And so that's how he ended up getting to this
crying like a little person.
Drop some drip in the comments, y'all. Do y'all think that like the gender roles and ability to be that level of vulnerable has changed over the years? Like, I'm just curious, do y'all feel that way? And because of that, you would have a higher chance of a stay-at-home dad being accepted versus when you were younger. Like, at least when I was younger, like, your stay-at-home dad, and it was an article, I'll drop the article too. It was saying most of the time in the past, men were stay-at-home dads, not because they wanted to, but because they had a disability, they lost their job, or there was like a third reason, but like literally it wasn't their it wasn't their choice. Yeah, it wasn't their choice. They're just like, I'm stuck doing this, or I'm stuck doing it. Versus now it's like
I had a steel cable fall on my back, so like I got this limp for a little bit, so I can sit around and yell at these kids, get your ass back on. Shit, doing all that.
Okay, so you said that dude needs to take some Midol.
Midol.
First of all, please don't call that man nice, feminine. I was not ready.
Nice.
Yeah,
y'all. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know why you're not getting it. You're not getting it, Ta. You're not getting it, Ta. You're not going to get it, Ta.
Oh my goodness.
You're going to get your ass to the chopper. You're too nice, I know exactly why he
Drop
ain't
some
getting
drip
it,
in the
boy.
comments. Do y'all think
She
that
looking at him like, what? Why we? I know why we in the same bed together, and I ain't gave you none, cause I'm dry as a bone.
drop some drip in the comments? Do y'all feel
Desert
like
heat.
these vulnerable
Sahara.
comments are creating these different gender roles, or do you think it is still a necessity thing or do you think that there's literally a shift where guys are like, hey, the root cause of why I'm home may be because I'm laid off. However, I take this opportunity to be a different type of father than I am. Drop some drip in the comments. Let me know, what do y'all think? And do y'all think this shift is bad, good, or other? Let me know.
All I'm saying is that if I was a dad and I got like laid off, I still would assume a dad responsibility to whatever's going on. I can't just sit here and act like I'm gonna put on an apron or something. Like, I'm barbecuing then. I'm not making smiley face breakfasts in the morning. We gonna have some bratwurst and steaks or something with these eggs that I'm making on a skillet. Something like that. I gotta do man shit. I can't do it the way that she would do it.
So you still believe there's a level of masculinity that's needed?
There's masculinity, and when you get up in the morning, so when I wake up, I don't go and sit down on the little thing and tinkle. I just don't do that. I'm not that nice.
You know what? I can't. Oh, I got a bonus one, because you know what?
He ain't getting it. Oh my goodness, this dude, my dude.
I got a bonus one for y'all, because this actually pairs well with what you were just saying.
What, the part about being nice,
About being nice?
Nice, That's why I'm not getting it,
Finally, this kind of pairs well with this. Do you agree or disagree, y'all?
Ooh, we talking now.
Like, hi. Like, imagine you introduce me to somebody.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is my boy Cam.
Hi. It's weird. Next time you see your homeboy, say hi. See how he look at you.
Let me call Boo. Hi. Hi.
Nigga, hi.
Do men age out of certain words?
Hell yeah, you.
We talking now.
That's what we missed in the beginning. I'm glad you thought that was funny. So drop some drip in the comments. As we were talking about maturity, as we were talking about different things, I apologize for the cursing throughout this episode, y'all. I did not create the content of those things that we are reacting to.
The content created me. So
what? Joe is wild. Do y'all? I would agree. It would be weird, I guess, if a guy said hi to another guy. Guys do say hi to women, though. Like, I've had guys pull up and be like, hi, and you're like, okay, you 16? Like, I mean, I get that, but
hi, guys.
It's like, this dude right here shouldn't even be in the club. Somebody come get your little brother. Where your mom at? Hey, somebody come get him. He need to go home. Just go take him to his mama house. But I say that to say, as we look at all of these things, there's a level of maturity. And as we continue down this road of inflation, down this road of families, check out the last live stream I did about kids cost a lot of money and people being like, I'm not about to do that. What kind of pressure are we putting on folks, either in gender roles, in work roles, with AI happening, with just in general, the pressures that we're putting? And then also, what do we see maturity as? In this last clip, we talked about basically maturity being like you words are like dead to you, right? Like, there's certain things you won't say, the way you won't say it. What was the way he ended that word? Right? Wasn't that what you said?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
No.
Right.
No, when you're talking like that, that sounds like Valley Girl material. I've heard a lot of women on social media platforms have that stuff at the end of their words.
Oh, I'm like, huh? You must not have a corporate job because you can't go in there going, yeah, or period, or at the end. You can't do that. I'm not about to do this report. Like, what?
I'm not gonna do this report.
You they gonna be like, put her on one.
I'm too nice.
Get her on one of them plans.
I went in here to do this meeting, They made me feel like I wasn't supposed to get the coffee,
Joe said my boys and I answered the phone with hateful comments off the rip. My goodness, what is going on in your friend group?
Nah, that's how I be doing plain Dame, you know what I'm saying?
I'm drinking a double shot.
Shot.
Drop the drip in the comments. What's the most ridiculous thing that you've heard from an adult that we just outraged that? And also, like, keeping that in mind, we're all in the job hunt. Like, if you got a job, you still should be looking for a job because that job is looking for somebody else. As we go into these interviews, you going in there going, I need this job. Like,
no, just
we need to also,
you grow up different when you be from the hood. Like, you don't have that kind of talk. I tell you, I had drunk uncle.
You need to have a certain level of when you're interviewing.
Let me do a story time, okay? Let me throw in some of my hood boogerish activities and how I grew up. So uncle comes, I don't know why, picks me up and my cousin up, says, they after me, they trying to get me. I knocked his ass out. I gave him 2 stitches to the ear. I was like, who, uncle? Never mind that, we gotta go. So, we underage, ain't supposed to be driving. We beyond any kind of statute of limitations at this point. Cousin's uncle, or my cousin's older than me, he gets to drive. I'm smarter, of course, so I don't know why I don't get behind the wheel, but whatever. I might be 7, don't matter. So I'm in the back laying down because I'm like, we about to get pulled over. So we stop at the local chicken spot because I was like, I have to go to the bathroom, guys. Said, what? Boy, go over there. I was like, but there's no bathroom. He said, you gotta let him know. You go out there in the middle of this parking lot, you whip it out. You say, here I am. This is me. And you let it free. That's all I'm saying. That's how you gotta be a man these days. That's how you get your soiree in the manhood. Just like that. Kaboom. You're welcome. Let it free, man. Don't just sit there cooped up in the house like that, making crepes, fondue plates, or whatever this is that people wearing aprons do. Don't do that. She might accept you doing that, but she won't respect you doing that. That's all I'm gonna say. The end.
So Cassius Pay don't believe in stay-at-home dads is what I just got from that.
Here I am. This is me.
All right, y'all. This has been a very longer than expected episode of Our Daily Drip Show. Appreciate y'all coming with us. We got to get this comment up off of here. I can't do it.
A double shot.
I can't do it. Appreciate y'all rocking with us with this late night drip. We're here every Friday night, sometimes a little bit earlier than this, sometimes a little bit later than this, but very much appreciate y'all rocking with us. Drop some drip in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button before you get up out of here. It's free. Don't cost you nothing. Just go ahead and click that. Share this with 2 people you like and someone you don't. We appreciate you, and we will see you next Friday. Don't know when Plain Dame gonna be with us. When he is, he is. And if he ain't, he ain't. But we love him regardless. Appreciate you, brother. And I might bless y'all with a talk techie to me tomorrow. We'll see. Let me know. Drop some drip in the comments if y'all want me to do it. Oh, thank you so much, Joe. Appreciate you, brother. If y'all want to talk techie with me tomorrow,
You're supposed to say thank you.
Thank you, tonight.
All right, now you going like with a little Japanese inflection. That's too much.
No, actually, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I actually was thinking that. I was thinking about that Hakutua. I was actually thinking about the Hakutua girl. Is what I actually was going for.
On that thing. That's that OF account that you.
Yeah, that. What?
He said, yeah.
He said you got a Haku on that thing. I know her father was like, I failed. So, anyways, appreciate y'all rocking with us. Make sure you share this with two people you like, someone you don't. Make sure you hit that like button. It's free. Appreciate y'all. See y'all next Friday. We'll be here and might bless y'all with a talk techie to me tomorrow. But if not, I'm still here. Drop some drip in the comments. Make sure y'all check out our community page. Hit those polls so we know what y'all want to see more of and what you don't like. So that way we can make content that's relevant to you and things that you like. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Shout out to Cassius Pay for hopping on with me. And I will see y'all next Friday. Mwah.
Raindrops falling on the roof tonight.
Oh, nah, Joe. I heard Daddy stay at home, dad, man. On that thing. Shout out to Hakutua, girl.
Step into the rhythm, let your spirit fly. Got that trippy beat taking you up so high. Every drop a diamond in the night sky. Level up your game, no need to ask why. Come get a cup, feel the magic flow. We pour into the audience, watch us glow. One drip at a time, take it nice and slow. In our daily drip show, let your style grow.